Welcome to 44 questions about industrial automation and PLC programming, part 2. We've had a lot of requests for us to follow up on our original 44 questions about PLCs video, and all the questions in this video came from your comments. So if any questions come up during this, put them down in the comments. Who knows, if we have a part 3, yours may be part of it. Also, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We put out at least one automation video a week. So question number 1 comes from Eric. Eric asks, how about somebody trying to break into the field with no experience involving PLCs or electrical equipment? I'm an operator at a plant where automation is everywhere. I have experience operating equipment, but beyond that, I have very little understanding of PLC systems. A local community college offers an Automated Industrial Technology Associates program where they give you hands-on experience with mechatronics and programmable controllers. Would this be a good place to start? Great question, Eric. And your local community college is probably a good place to start, but before you even do that, go talk to your employer and see if they offer any educational incentives that may help you offset the cost. Another great way, especially since you say there's automation everywhere, would be to go talk to the local maintenance staff and see if they need any help. While you may not be working directly on the machines, maintenance staff are always behind on PMs. Or preventive maintenance. So a lot of them will be looking for people to come after hours and help them PM machines. Now you may be greasing bearings and checking oil and gearboxes and things, but you're getting exposure to the machines, and as you build confidence with them, they'll let you be involved in more things. Also, many community colleges offer like a 6-week redevelopment class that kind of gives you an idea of what you'll be getting into before you really go all in with a 2-year associate's degree. So if you're not sure, that would be a good thing to go through. Okay, number 2. Oh, before we move on, also Eric, one of our PLC trainers would be a great way to get you into that industry. But if you're in Eric's situation, then shoot me a comment before you do. Let's make sure it's the right time for you to make that purchase. Number 2, given the improvements of the Connected Components Workbench software over the year, has your opinion of it and the Micro 800 line changed? Yes, it has. And if you haven't watched many of our recent videos, we're actually rolling out a series for the Connected Components Workbench software. Around version 12, they started putting some features in that had really been preventing me from endorsing it and going through with building trainers for it. I'll put a link in the description where you can see our Connected Components Workbench lessons. Number 3, why are there so many different revisions of Studio 5000? Does Rockwell do this just to make us have to upgrade every year? Well, no, actually they do it so you don't have to upgrade every year. You think about it, the first versions of Studio 5000 or its predecessor, RS Logix 500, were back in the 90s. Back then, you were probably running Windows 95, and then you've upgraded to Windows 98. Oh, what was it, the dreaded Windows ME, Windows NT, Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 10. It seems like I missed one, but you get the point. There's been a lot of different generations of operating systems, and there's been a lot of different generations of hardware, but you've stuck with one particular piece of software through those years and probably has saved a significant amount of money in training. Now, why don't they bundle all of those in one? Because it would just be this really bloated mess of software. So if you're like me and you do have to go to a lot of different places, then you already have a bloated mess anyway, because yeah, we've installed versions, 13 through 32. But say you're only building new machines, or you're at a plant that has a spec that, hey, we're going to stay within this many versions, and you only need those few installed. So it's really made it a very nice, lean software. Number 4, do I need a special type of cable to connect to the USB on a Control Logix or Compact Logix PLC? Nope, standard A to B printer cable will work just fine. Number 5, can you address HMI programming and incorporating them into a PLC? I'm going to do a really basic HMI course coming up. And it's going to be more of, here's how to configure your communications, here's how to create tags, here's some basic buttons, here's how to read some things, here's how to do some data logging. And probably the most important thing is, here's the steps to figure out why it's not working. But it won't be a real in-depth series of, hey, here is how to design the ultimate HMI. I'll leave that to some of the other guys out there. Number 6, I really want to learn Studio 5000, but I don't have access to software. Should I buy it? The key word here is you want to learn Studio 5000. You don't need to learn Studio 5000. And if you've watched enough of my videos, you know that while I believe in investing in hardware to help you learn, I don't believe investing in software until you absolutely need it. The reason why is if you buy this PLC trainer over here and you've either learned all you can from it or you decide that it's not a fit for you, you can sell it for almost the exact same price on eBay. But you can't resell software. So if you pay $1,000 for a piece of software, you've lost $1,000 if you're not using it. My suggestion for starting would be to look at the Connected Components Workbench software. Starting with version 12, it has a Logix theme that gives it much more of the look and feel of Studio 5000. And Connected Components Workbench can be downloaded for free. So start with it, get a feel for it, and then when your want turns into a need to learn Studio 5000, that's when I'd look at buying the software. Number 7, your videos are great. Do you offer any in-person training? Yes, we do have in-person training, but it's more geared towards maintenance and troubleshooting, not actually programming PLCs. So if you're interested in that, feel free to give us a call. Can you make a video about smart relays? Smart relays are really super basic PLCs, but for the most part, they use the same programming functions that a big PLC would use. So I don't know there's a lot of gain to making a video just about smart relays. Probably really just acknowledging they exist. Maybe I could do a little something about programming on the keypad. I'll have to think about that one. I'll put a link in the description to a video that shows a control panel we built with a smart relay. That way everybody knows what we're talking about. Number 9, can you show me how PIDs work? Yes, we have a complete series on PIDs coming up. It'll go through why do we use PIDs? Why doesn't on-off control work for everything? What is the proportional? What is the integral? What is the derivative? How do they all work together? So make sure you're subscribed. Those should be coming out real soon. Number 10, can you show me how to plan a control panel layout? Yes, we have a video coming out on this where we are actually going to mostly evaluate this craziness right here and go through really what the pitfalls of this system and really a lot of systems like it are. Also, I'm looking for some examples of this. Later on, I'll be looking for examples of good control panels, but right now I'm looking for anybody who thinks they can top this system. I'm not sure any of us can just because it is a train wreck that just never seems to end. Number 11, I need to learn about TwinCat. Do you mean these? Number 12, can you slow down the read unknown IP address feature when plugging the PLC tools SIM IPE into an Ethernet switch? Yes, we have done that. For those of you who are watching this and haven't seen this device, it was designed originally to plug into a single device and it would read the IP address of it. And what we found was that people were plugging it into Ethernet switches and really quickly, like 100 miles an hour, it would ramble off every IP address that it could find on the network. So we kept getting calls about that and we told them, you're not supposed to plug in an Ethernet switch, you need to plug it into the physical port of the device you want to read. And they're like, well, but it almost works like this. So we've made it where it actually stores them. And I've got a video in the description that I'll put a link to that gives more details on that. Number 14, thank you, Tim. I recently started learning and understanding PLCs and especially the CCW. Your videos have been a huge help. I really appreciate what you're doing. P.S. Just a suggestion, I can barely find an order to your videos for a learner like me. Would you please make an order of them and give them a number to each video in the session? That makes it significantly easier for us to learn your training step by step. This is a problem, and seriously guys, please put your recommendations in the comments for this. The issue of doing the numbered videos is when we want to insert a video in the middle. Like if you go to our control panel series, I'll put a link to it in the description. Part 1 of it is the second video. So this is something that I would like to improve and I'm not exactly sure how. So I'd love to hear any ideas you have. Just put them down there and we'll have a good discussion about it. Number 15, I'm a maintenance technician and I've noticed that PLC programmers make more money. Can your trainer help me start programming PLCs? This one probably deserves its own video, so I'm going to put it on the list to address separately. But my answer is going to be very dependent on your individual situation. Let's say you're newly married and you've got a kid on the way and you've been looking at your finances and you've decided that you're going to have to make more money if you're going to put shoes on this baby. Then no, you don't need to buy one of our trainers. You need to take that money and you need to put it in the bank for that rainy day. Then you need to go talk to your employer. Again, most of my recommendations are go talk to your employer. Let's get them involved. Explain your situation to your employer. Show them that you want to better yourself and that you're eager to learn and say, hey, here's this trainer. I think it'll help me build better skills, which in turn will help me do you a better job. You will be surprised the number of times that your employer will purchase you a trainer. And once you get it, stick with it. Take it home, learn about it while you're at home. I mean, baby starts crying, feed that baby a bottle and sit there and read about PLCs. And you will gain skills, which in the end will increase your salary. Now, if you're in a comfy job and you're just trying to better yourself and trying to better your skill set and you got some money put back for a rainy day, absolutely fire a trainer. I still would probably talk to my employer, because you'd just be surprised the number of times employers are like, whoa, yeah, you want to learn how to help us? Yeah, we'll pay for it. Now, the one other thing about it is if you are an individual, still contact me. Let's make sure we're putting you in the right trainer, because I don't want you to waste any money that maybe isn't going to help you gain skill. Finally, if you're an employer and you're in this situation, well, you're not really in this situation, but let's say that you're taking control and you're like, I want to help my technician better himself, then absolutely buy the best trainer. There's no better investment that a company can do than invest in the skills of its employees. I'm not exactly sure what the return on investment is, but you'll be dollars ahead. Number 16, do we really need more women in automation? Haven't they dumbed down enough professions? I think you're just scared that they may show you up and you might actually have to do your job. But really, it sounds like you have enough stupid to go around already. I don't think they're going to hurt us. Number 17, can you tell me more about wiring, syncing, and sourcing inputs? Yes, we have a video on that now, and it actually turned out outstanding. I mean, not that I don't think all of our videos need to be watched, but the syncing and sourcing video is one that everybody should watch. I'll put a link to it in the description. Number 18, I only have single phase at my shop and I need to run a 3-phase machine. Okay, well, you're either going to need a rotary phase converter, which is what I have at my shop, or you're going to need an AC drive to run that 3-phase motor. And we have videos on both of those. I'll put them down in the description. Number 19, you should have used a bigger motor in your motor teardown video. It looks kind of puny. I mean, did you learn anything from the video, or were you just worried that the motor looked puny? I mean, seriously, the real thing was I had some bigger motors, but I couldn't pick them up and I couldn't show them at the camera and everything. That's why I chose that motor. But Number 20, can you go through the basics of how the multimeter works? Yeah, there are some features in it that are more electronic based, and I don't really get into that on this channel. But yeah, we probably should do a video on that. I'll put it on the list. Number 21, why were there only 44 questions about PLCs in part 1? Well, it was supposed to be 50, but when I got editing the video, somehow I ended up with only 44 questions. I hope I have 44 questions in this one. I need your help. Can I reach you privately? No, I'm happily married. Number 23, I notice your trainers now have Allen Bradley PowerFlex 525 drives. Are you going to make lessons for them? Yes, we're going to make lessons on them as far as what a drive does, how to hardwire your drive, how to run it over Ethernet. We're probably going to do some PID lessons on it. So yeah, we're going to have a really good series on it coming up. Number 24, how much money do you get for your scrap copper? We did a video on that, and the link will be down in the description. But honestly, it's a lot less money than you think it is. It's probably enough to take Amber out on a really nice dinner a couple of times a year. Number 25, can you do a video on Modbus? Yeah, we probably should. Now, Modbus is one of those universal languages that a lot of PLCs speak. And really, it's not just that it would be a Modbus video. The issue with Modbus is, while everybody speaks it, they have a little bit different dialects. So you have to learn a lot about how to swap bytes, swap words, little Indians, big Indians, all types of things. So yeah, that one could turn into an interesting video. I'll have to think about how to do it. I'll put it on the list. Number 26, do you have a trainer that will teach my maintenance technicians the basics, but not go too deep? We don't want them dabbling in the PLC code. Plus, if we train them too much, they end up leaving us for other companies. So you want a maintenance technician that can fix the problem half the time? You're probably gonna have to go to another company for that. But really, if your guys are jumping ship the moment that they have enough skills to go somewhere else, then you probably have a problem deeper than I can help you solve on this channel. Number 27, what do you think of paid online courses such as Udemy? Also, similarly, why don't you put your courses on Udemy? I have to be careful with this one because I could end up offending some of the people on those platforms. But what I would say is there's nothing hidden on these online courses that you pay for that you can't find for free on the internet. There's no secrets, there's no inside track, there's no 10 programming strategies that no one on the outside knows. Everything there can be found for free online. What some of these courses can do is they can bundle that knowledge in some different way to help you understand it better. But I've purchased a bunch of these, and honestly, I haven't found one that does a spectacular job. In fact, one of them that I purchased was using my videos. Now, I do have to throw some positive at these guys that are doing this, is the one thing that they can offer you is their time. So, okay, you're walking through these things and you have a problem. If you can reach out to them and they will take the time to walk through it with you, then there could be some value there. But if it's more of you're just getting a link and you're walking through probably some videos, maybe my videos, then no, you probably just got ripped. Number 28 is kind of leading from the previous question, is how do you make money giving your lessons away for free where anyone, including your competitors, can get them? Well, first of all, I believe that anyone that is successful at any trade has an obligation to help bring up the next generation. Now, you can do that by volunteering at the local school, local robotics, local making foundation. You could be mentoring somebody who you just see has the talent, or you could be making YouTube videos. But I think we all have an obligation to help do that. The other half, though, is I do hope you become a customer. So if I show you how to connect to a PLC, I hope that maybe you'll buy a cable from us. If you connect to that PLC and you find out it has a bad output, I hope then you'll come to us to help you find a replacement PLC. If I show you how to lay out a panel, or how to build a panel, and you're like, this is a little bigger scope than I want to do, then hopefully you'll come to us to help you build a control panel. So there are reasons we're doing it, but really I've got them film the videos anyway, so what difference does it make if I hide them behind a wall or if I make it available to everybody? I just don't see the big difference there. Also, the automation industry is a very tight industry. I don't know that we have any fierce competitors out there. I think we're mostly pretty good friends more than we are competitors. Number 29, I'm new to PLCs and I did my first project. It didn't go as well as it should, and they had to bring someone in to finish it. The project manager told me that I should probably think about a different profession, that I didn't have what it took to program PLCs. Well, as much as I'd like to tell you this guy probably needs a colon cleanse, that's probably not going to help you. And I am going to make a video on this one because I hear this way too often. So I'll post it in the comments when I put it out. Number 30, hi and thank you for your excellent videos. Do you know if the standard version of CCW lets you simulate? Yes, the free downloadable version of Connected Components Workbench after version 12, maybe version 11 did it, but I know version 12 has the simulator in it that you can use to simulate a PLC. Number 31, could you please do a video showing how to use interrupts? Yeah, we've got some coming on, we've got some more encoder videos, but we're also trying to figure out how to do some high-speed interrupt type videos and some timed interrupts. We've got to work out some of the kinks of how to make everybody visualize what's going on in the video. So I'm going to put those on the list. Number 32, how much does a PLC programmer make? Well, it's a really broad range and no one seems to want to talk about it. Even Amber's warned me not to talk about this. But it's really basic math, and I think we can keep a lot of people out of some really bad pitfalls when they're starting if we go through this. So I'm going to try to navigate this minefield in an upcoming video. Again, link down below when it comes out. Number 33, do you know what the default IP address is of a Compact Logic 1769 L33 ER controller? It does not have a default IP address. It's going to have DHCP enabled by default. So you're going to need something like the PLC tool Sim IPE to set that IP address before you can get started programming. Number 34, could you provide some Siemens PLC videos, please? I get this request a lot, whether it's for Siemens or Omron or Mitsubishi, and I think you have to stick with what you're good at. And in these cases, recommend others who are good at the other things. And so I can program Siemens, but I'm definitely not like a Siemens whiz. So I would probably go to like Real Pars. They're a YouTuber that does some great Siemens videos. Check them out. And if you have somebody else you prefer, put it down in the comments so I can look at their videos. Number 35, what electrical drawing software do you use? I'm really dated with electrical drawing software and I need to update what I'm using. So I would actually say if you are a distributor of electrical drawing software and you would like for me to evaluate yours, then feel free to reach out to me, and who knows, we may make a video series about the software while I'm learning it. Number 36, is it possible to do videos on real life applications such as food, beverage, and mining? Yes, and we are working on this, and it is much more difficult than you can imagine. Now there is Logix Pro. Now honestly, I have never used it, and I probably should go ahead and buy it and play with it just so I can get a good grasp for it, because I get a lot of questions from people who are like, hey, I'm trying to do this on Logix Pro and it's not working. I'm like, well, I don't know enough about Logix Pro. Go talk to them. But we're also working on some really interesting projects, and I hope they come to be reality. We're working on some virtual reality and some augmented reality things where, you know, you put the little headset on and you got the little things in your hands. And I don't know, it's fun to play with, but I think we can use it as a good teaching tool. So we'll see. Number 37, what printer are you using for your wire labels, and what is the price per wire label? Right now, I am using the Brady BMP 71. Oh, yeah, it's right there. And I'll put a link to a video I did about it in the description. And it costs about $1 to label a wire. So it's about 50 cents per end, which usually the first thing everybody does when they hear that is they freak out. But when you get really looking at a panel that has these heat shrink labels that we use in them, and they're all nice and neat and laid out nicely compared to people who are wrapping and doing all types of crazy things and they're up and down and up and down, it's worth the money, trust me. Number 38, where can I find drawings for your control panels? All of our standard control panel drawings are available online, and I'll put a link to those in the description. Number 39, what type of PLC do they use in the Dallas area? Well, I personally don't know because I'm not from Dallas, but the big thing I would say here is I'm glad that you're asking, because I see too many companies put in what they're used to and they drop it in the middle of an area that's never seen it before. And whether you're dropping Allen Bradley in a Siemens area or Omron in an Allen Bradley area, however you're doing it, I can tell you you're going to have a disaster on your hand when it comes time to troubleshoot it. So great question. Always, if you're shipping a panel out and you're in charge of figuring out what PLC to use, ask that question. Hey, what do you already have in your plant? If they're like, we don't know, okay, well, what's in the area? Who are the local distributors? You can figure this out and it'll save you tons of headaches down the road. Number 40, why do analog cards read voltage instead of current? You know, I am actually going to have to look deeper into this because I did a video where I showed how PLCs use a load resistor to actually read the voltage across the milliamp signal. It's another good video everyone should watch. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, this question came up as, well, why don't we read current? And we have current transducers, so we can read the current. And I'm thinking this is probably cost and maybe precision, but I'm gonna have to research that some more. So we're gonna have a video coming up on current transducers, and I'll hope to have the answer by it, and I'll talk about it in a minute. Number 41, anyone else randomly get this video in their autoplay? Well, I hope so, because it's really good for our channel. And please, again, if you didn't at the beginning, hit that subscribe button, because I think that'll help that autoplay feed our videos in. Number 42, I'm thinking about starting my own business. Do you offer consulting or training? No, not at least in the sense of you're thinking of just Googling us and finding us and hiring us. No, we won't do that. Now, sometimes we do see someone with exceptional talent and we will help them along as they're getting in. But really, if you're like I was when I started this company, I knew how to program PLCs. I knew how to do all that. I didn't know how to quote a job. I didn't know how to talk to a customer. I didn't know how to, make a cold sales call. So really, those type of skills are out of the realm of this channel and of what I'm really good at. Number 43, could you elaborate a bit on backfeeding the three-phase transformer? Yeah, we've got several videos on how we take, like here at the shop, we only have 240 single phase, and then we use a rotary phase converter to make 243 phase. And then we actually backfeed that through a transformer to make 483 phase. That way we can test all of our panels. And we just did a video where we make a crude transformer with a couple contactor coils. So we've got some videos to help you understand that. And yeah, maybe I do need to make like one really slow step-by-step. Here is how you can plug into a 110 volt wall outlet and create 240. So maybe, but look at those videos, and if there's somebody that's like, hey, I really just still don't get it, then put it down in the comments and yeah, I'll make a video on it. Number 44, we're there. How much does a control panel cost? That is an extremely vague question. Our cheapest control panels are around $500. The most expensive control panel I ever did was about $120,000. And probably if you're one of the guys in like, the power industry, you're probably doing $500,000 panels. So yeah, they need a lot more info. Okay, so we made it through the 44 questions, guys. And I do have a final question for you. As I alluded to several times in this video, is we do have a brainstorming list that we kind of go off of to figure out, okay, what should we do videos on? And most of them do come from your questions, but we don't always know like where up and down the list should something be. So I'm looking for ideas about how I could publicly post our list of videos, because I think right now we have 124 video ideas. Now that doesn't mean we got 124 videos that are going to come out, but that does probably mean that really probably 80 of them will end up being videos. But trying to figure out and trying to filter what you want is something that we need to do a little better as this list keeps growing, because it's growing exponentially now. So what would be a way we could do this? Would some type of voting system work well, or should we just publish them and have it where you can comment and maybe we just update it occasionally? I don't know. Put your thoughts on that in the comments. Okay, we've made it through 44 questions of PLCs, part 2. And if you would like to see a part 3, be sure to put that in the comment. I hope we've answered some of your questions and kind of gave you a sample of the type of questions that are asked and that we do answer. Put any questions that come up in the comments. Till next time. Hi, this is Tim.
And this is Amber of TW Controls. We run the automation store. Hey, thanks for finding our channel.
Here's a playlist with some similar videos.
And YouTube thinks you'll like this video.
Please like our video and subscribe to our channel.
And if our videos have helped you make some money and you're not using our products, please consider supporting us on Patreon.
Till next time.
See ya!